by 3. And Durant, here we go. Nobody near George. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And Irving comes to help. Pocket 6. Garnett kicks to Morrow. Bibby again. Irving. Garnett, the screen. Fades away. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game. The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
.143 left in the third quarter. Bibby with the bucket.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Bibby with it. Guarded now by Durant. Garnett left side. Fades and shoots. No good. And Detroit the other way now.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Jordan, he's checked in for Cousins. Duncan comes in for Kevin Durant. John Wall's checked in for Michael Jordan. And it's Nash in for Kyrie Irving. The kick out to Wall. Back to Reed. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark with the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
For Detroit, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. All with it, guarded now by Nash. And the dunk by Reed.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him, and he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammate, and we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Houston on top, leading by 3. And we'll return shortly. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Durant is up there with Duncan. And it's Michael Jordan. And it's Wall. And it's George in the 3 slot. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Detroit. Kyrie Irving comes in for John Wall. All with it. George picks him up. Feeds it to Reed. To the paint. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Here's Jordan. And he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Screen by Howard. 6 to shoot. From deep, George.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
There's no doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
And George kicks to Irving. Stolen by George. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And Howard with the stuff.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
Durant the pass to Cousins. And George kicks to Irving. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Durant with a wide open look. And that misses. That would have put him up. And here we go with Morrow running it up the court. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Houston.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. One of the stories here, Willis Reed getting it done today.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they've got to figure out how to contain it.
Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. The message, stick with it. He said the game is right there, fellas, right there for the taking. But we've got to play with purpose and precision. Kevin, can they get it done?
Thank you, Doris. Detroit making a switch here. Bosch is putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh? Jordan dishes to Durant. From 11 feet away. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Durant's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Here's Reed. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Looking at the game Reed has been having, he's got 11 points and 2 blocks.
Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Reed.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
The 3 from Bosch. It's hauled in by George.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1. Detroit trails by 8. And here is Jordan. Looking to end his cold spell. And the layup is up and in. Jordan's got 4 this quarter.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused and now he's getting it going.
A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Howard, the pass to George. Howard setting the pick for George. There's the three. Great D that time from Durant. George has gone 2 for 5 tonight. Hangs in the air. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Kevin Durant.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Here's Wall. There's the pass to George. The three from Morrow. Bosch grabs the miss. Morrow's gone just 1 of 4 from deep.
Oh! Well, Jordan has been fantastic.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
Wall up top, guarded by Jordan.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
Outside Bosch. Here's Cousins. Count!
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps, Greg, some type of motivational speech at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're down by 2. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this, Clark?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
Durant kicks to Jordan. Dishes it to Bosch. Ooh, offline.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And the second of 2 is good. That narrows the gap up to 1. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're ahead by 1. 5 seconds left in the fourth. Seconds left in the game. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're losing by 3. Just 2 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
They need a 3 to tie, and they have enough time here to get a good look if they play their cards right. We'll see how
To
they do.
tie it up. Right between the eyes. And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer.
Man, he's got a tremendous ability